All right, let's just jump right into this. We're going to explore a thought experiment that is, well, it's kind of fascinating, but honestly, it's also completely terrifying. What if you could hit a giant rewind button? Not on your TV, but on all of humanity.
Just let that sink in for a second. That's not from some sci-fi movie. That's the core idea of what we're unpacking here. It's this really personal, gut punch of a scenario where everything you are just gets undone.
So let's really set the stage. We're imagining a world where the entire 4 billion-year story of life on Earth doesn't just stop, it starts playing backward at an insane speed, and we, humanity, are the main characters in this epic de-evolution. Okay, so for a thought experiment this wild, we need a name for it, right? Let's call it the Great Regression. And this isn't some slow, gradual change we're talking about. This is a high-speed, catastrophic rewind of our entire species. But just how fast are we talking?
Get this, 1 million years. Every single day. Yeah, you heard that right. 1 million years of evolution just erased every 24 hours. The scale is almost impossible to wrap your head around, but the effects, they'd be immediate and absolutely devastating.
So let's bring it down from the cosmic scale and make it personal. What would actually happen to you in the first 24 hours of the Great Regression?
You'd wake up feeling different. Taller, maybe stronger. But hold on, this isn't some superhero origin story. By the time lunch rolls around, the complex parts of your brain that handle language, they've just dissolved. You literally can't speak. By the afternoon, your mind is slipping away as your brain physically shrinks. And by evening, you're not Homo sapiens anymore. You've rewound to an earlier ancestor, Homo erectus. All of that in just one day.
Now, take that experience and multiply it by 8 billion people, all at once. What does that do to civilization? Well, the answer's pretty simple, really. It's game over.
So on day one, you've got billions of people who are essentially Homo erectus. Society is already in total chaos. But what about 7 days in? By then, we've rewound 7 million years. We'd have regressed past all of our direct human ancestors to something more like a chimpanzee, living in the ruins of a world we can't even begin to understand.
So here's the really crucial point. It doesn't take centuries for civilization to fall apart. The whole shebang, our laws, our art, our technology, everything we've built, it would completely disintegrate in just 1 week. Gone.
But the rewind doesn't stop there. Oh no, the first week was just the beginning. Now the Great Regression really kicks into high gear, taking us on a deep, deep plunge through millions of years of our evolutionary past. Think about this. After just 1 year of rewinding 1 million years a day, we've wiped out 365 million years of evolution. We're not primates anymore. We're not even mammals. We've devolved back into some kind of early tetrapod, probably living in the ocean. And after 10 years? 10 years is enough to erase nearly 4 billion years. Humanity and all complex life that came from our line would be nothing more than single-celled bacteria. And that brings us to the final, really mind-blowing endpoint of this whole experiment. We've gone from beings who can build rockets and write poetry, all the way back to the simplest form of life you can imagine.
The final outcome is stark. It's absolute. In just a decade, the entire human story, all of it, our art, our science, our love, our wars, is completely and utterly gone. It's not just that we'd be extinct. It would be as if we never existed in the first place.
And that leaves us with this final, massive thought to chew on. Our very existence is the result of this unimaginably long and complex story. And a thought experiment like this, even though it's not real, it kind of forces you to think about how incredibly fragile our little chapter in that giant book really is. What does it mean to be here at all, when you realize how quickly it could all be undone?